The views, thoughts, and opinions on this podcast belong only to the hosts and the guests. They don't necessarily reflect any organization or sponsors connected to us. We aim to keep things accurate, but everything you hear is shared for information, conversation, and entertainment. We're going to dive into good laughs, tough talks, and that genuine feel that you came for. So get comfortable, relax into the vibe, and let the moment unfold. This is Keep It Clean. Lock in.
Because if that ain't get changed now, did you always have like then two? You saying it now?
Is this needed? Is it acceptable? Does it change up everything? What's y'all's thoughts? Did it make any sense? There's a game that's taking place. Yes, that's taking place.
Tell me why I'm watching the game on ESPN. One of the banners in the background is YouTube TV for the game, but we can't even watch it. How does that make sense?
$20. I don't want no $20. I want the game.
Every time you see me, I keep it clean like a coaster.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are back. I know it's been a little bit. I know we got some faces. I got a team here today that it's been a little bit since y'all seen this type of, formation. But every now and then you got to call Voltron. Every now and then you need a Megazord to pop up. And just showing y'all we got the depth, man. You don't have a roster like we have a roster. It could be any given day. We got 50 points sitting on the bench just because we feel like it, bro. It's a keep it clean team. You dig what I'm saying, man? How you fellas doing, man?
I'm doing better than the Hawks.
Yeah.
I put that way to you.
Look, Rose refused to answer the phone the last time I called him and he was in the building. I know he don't want to talk to me right now. I know
that's crazy. Last time you called him, he was in there. It was a buzzer beater, like excellent win. And now, same time a week later,
come on,
opposite.
Come on. Hey, take your losses. We clean up over here too. Get your frustration out on them boys. You know what I'm saying? Bodega. The alleged Philly. Nah, I'm playing.
The alleged Philly Muslim from New York. This is bad. Assalamu alaikum to all my cleaners, man. It's been a minute. Since I seen y'all, since I came to kick it. I don't know if you're gonna see me next week, but inshallah, you know what I'm saying? We here.
The last time I saw you, my algorithm has been nothing but Islam relations and new sets of Timbs since the last time I saw you, dog. Between your reposts and my algorithm getting cooked, dog, it's like I don't need no Timbs. I'm in Texas.
Listen, because the amount of questions I've been getting about Islam since Ramadan, which doesn't even make any sense to me, because all of y'all know I'm Muslim. Like I've been Muslim the entire time, so like I don't know where all these questions are coming from. But one day at a time, man.
Hey, man. It was the first time that at least that I can remember it lined up with the other Christian values that we know exist. We never seen them merge that way, and then when certain folks of the Christian faith get exposed to look a particular way, and then here comes this peaceful brother over here. It's like, hey, man, what you got? What you got over there? What's that in your hand right there, big dog? You know what I'm saying? You know how that go.
Listen, man, all my Christian homies, tap in with your Ethiopians. Tap in with your Ethiopians. They doing call to prayers and segregating the prayer areas in Ethiopia. That's Christianity. That's not Islam. I just
Hey, that's a fact, man. But while y'all here, man, since y'all used to seeing us, you should also be used to liking, commenting, and then if you haven't already, subscribing. YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, at Keep It Clean Show, Instagram, at The Keep It Clean Show, man. We appreciate y'all. I've been seeing y'all pop out. Y'all been showing support as we transition over, setting up these new pages. Y'all still been active listeners. And I've been seeing some of y'all's comments, man. I've seen a lot more people saying they want tryouts. I've been seeing that, but it's just I'm just letting you know, man. I'm telling you, the team over here is nice, and if you gotta call someone to the carpet, see if you can get that one-on-ones up, 3 dribbles only. You know how we play. Once you get college and above, it's 3 dribbles only. You can't get your shot up. I'm sorry, bro. Keep banging. I don't know what to tell you, man.
I hacked.
You hacked. That's all right. That's all right, man. You have to prepare for that too. That was one of my favorite things, man. I chop it with Abe all the time. It's like, when the suburb kid that's always been super nice finally run into that dude that's from the hood, you don't drink nothing but Big Red, Pepsi, and eat Doritos. Kidneys haven't seen clear water in a minute, but he is strapping you up 94 feet, and you can't do nothing about it, bro.
Listen,
that's hella descriptive and kind of crazy.
Yeah.
That's a little crazy. I don't know if I should like that. I don't know if I should laugh. I don't know if I should be offended. I don't know how to feel with that. That's crazy.
Look, we always able. There's certain people that know once you start really playing. When you see homie show up and he has a Jordan symbol tattoo, he's not here for positivity. There's gonna be fouls up and down the court, Mike.
Yeah. There's gonna be hard fouls, and you shouldn't call them. You shouldn't call them, bro. You should just thug it out. You know, that's
you
might end up missing it too, but it's okay.
Yeah, that's worse than when a football player step on the court. Thinking because you play the sport that you play all sports. No, man, this is not open field tackle drills, bro. I got a 9 to 5. Stop, man. Oh gosh, man, we happy to have y'all. But for what we may or may not get into, man, you know how we do. We start giving y'all the cleaning list. We giving y'all the chores. Some Saturdays we hit everything. You know how it is. But if mama ain't there and you can't guarantee it, I may not have gotten the baseboard. So here's what we looking like today, right? We got the NBA updates. You know what's going on. Like Ev said, Hawks getting slapped up. I hate that for all y'all in Atlanta, but if you used to celebrating or supporting any of the bird teams, you used to this by now. It's the basketball Falcons.
Go eat you some wings, baby, because the birds are getting cooked.
Hey,
bro, they up by 10. Bro, the Knicks halftime just ended. The Knicks have put up a dish. It's 95-38. What?
Hey, man, the stand's already empty with plenty of time left in the third. Hey, Magic City, what's the one that 2 Chainz on? All them clubs about to be popped. They about to be popped tonight, man.
Ain't nobody trying to spend no money.
Yeah, man. So we got the sports update. Atlanta getting cooked. Speaking of Atlanta, we might touch on the former colonizer, maybe still colonizer's album coming out soon. That's Mr. Aubrey Graham. He made his announcement. That should be in a couple of weeks. We are going to delicately spot check Klay and Meg. There's no verses here because there's 2 sides in the truth to every story. So they just happen to beat people, and we got to tell y'all to work on y'all's relationship game. And then we may get to, and they got us on the voters' rights. And somebody once again went cross-eyed trying to run down on your mans over there, the president. So that's what we're looking at, and that's not including whatever other topic we throw out there, right? But first, man, let's get to these solos. This cleaning, man. Who want to go first? I'm letting y'all know I'm going last. I got something in the tuck.
I'm gonna go ahead and go first. I ain't got nothing too crazy. My highlight though, I want to say shout out to. It's kind of crazy, but shout out to Delonte West. I ran across his Instagram page today or yesterday, and everybody, if you're not familiar, Delonte West, former basketball player, he's been going through a lot of addiction and mental health issues, a lot over the last 5-10 plus years. Homelessness. A lot of people seek to try to get him help and all that stuff, and it worked sometimes, but then he always kind of went back into his ways, and came across his Instagram, and it kind of looked like he's on a path of continuance of his sobriety. It looks like he's in a sobering center, like he's in a center. It looks like he's in a place where he's getting help. He's looking good. He's like smiling, he's laughing, posting pictures and things, and it just kind of brought a smile to my face because I wasn't even the biggest Delonte West fan, but it was just like seeing him go through that was really like felt for him. And so to see him look like he's on the come up of it is very happy to see. So shout out to him, man. I hope he continues on this path to success and sobriety, man, for real, because it was really a good sight to see.
Yeah, yeah, that's a fact.
Listen, man, my keep it clean is really simple and is more accurately tailored to Muslim men and women, but can be interpreted by everyone. I'll say this in a Christian way. Quran chapter 33, verse 35, as our Christian brothers and sisters say, says, surely for Muslim men and women, believing men and women, devout men and women, truthful men and women, patient men and women, humble men and women, charitable men and women, fasting men and women who guard their chastity, and men and women who serve Allah often. For all of them, Allah has prepared forgiveness and a great reward. So what that means is it means that your spiritual acknowledgement of Allah or God, however you give it up, is equal between men and women. It means that men and women are equal. So, particularly to my Muslim brothers, how y'all giving it up today with our Muslim sisters is haram. It's haram. It's haram in the Quran. Every time I'm on here, I'm talking about the haram that y'all do. It's haram. Stop playing games. All right. Stop playing games with Allah. You're gonna have to answer that judgment, nigga.
Do you mind if I take the lob that you just threw, just to add on to that really quick? Hey,
Yes, sir.
I've noticed a lot of y'all finished, Lent and Ramadan and went right back to what you was doing beforehand. And I don't always say something out loud because everybody's religious walk is their own. You dig what I'm saying? I understand that. But I did say this, and these fellas right here could tell you in the group chat. I made a very distinct statement one day in the group chat in the midst of it, and I told you, man, some of y'all just really only doing it for the show, and I hope we do better. Putting at least, I can't tell you to read because not everybody has the capabilities of reading. We know this just by statistics. But if you could just hold your book, maybe you'll get started. Like, just put your hands on it and hold it and just sit there. Read the title. Reading the title enough. If you just read Holy Bible, if you read Quran enough times, it'll at least calm down your spirit. That's all I'm saying.
The recitation is on YouTube and it's on Spotify. If you can't read, go listen to it. If you can't hear, watch somebody do sign language. You know what I'm saying? If you blind, then you need to have somebody recite it to you. Like, ain't no excuse.
Hold on, I gotta keep it clean, Ray. Just holding the book don't mean you gonna read it, and I have to check you on that because you've even made this comparison.
Right?
LeBron don't read. He held hella books.
Touche.
You
LeBron's
said this.
LeBron's a liar.
LeBron do not read.
You see him hold hella books.
But you don't have. You right. I was trying to give this space. You a lifter. You go to the gym. You know how sometimes they say sometimes just driving to the gym is at least starting the process. You still got to go in. You should go in, but you know what I'm saying? Like, so maybe if you touch the book, you stop lying. We've seen him touch other books that don't incline him to be a better person. It could just be him. I don't want to take that away, but you're right. Touche, man. All right, I got a range of things. I got bozos, and I got things to highlight, man. Bozo for me, this is another reach. Just letting you know. To your point, LeBron. Since you happen to bring up Delonte West, I was already thinking about this. I hear Michael Beasley's story, and it's like anytime somebody has one-upped LeBron or done something better than him, they never panned out in the league. I've noticed that.
They never prospered.
I noticed that, man. And he has a particular distinction for these mixed brothers, where he just goes at them in a wild way. I'm happy that Delonte's doing better. I listened to Michael Beasley's story, and we also know how it came out, how he was smoking LeBron in practice every single day, one-on-ones. Wasn't happening. And never saw the floor. And we know how nice that brother was, man. That's part of the effect. That's bozo number one. Bozo number two, us as a platform. We lied to y'all about that Detroit series. We was wrong. Bro, we was wrong, man. All of us had them cleaning whoever they played up. It's looking ugly.
You know what we didn't think about? We didn't think about the emotions of a man going against his ex-girlfriend's new man.
Yeah, bro, man. Angel Reese, every time
We didn't think about that.
yammed on. You know, that's the power of women. That's the power of women.
Power of women. Listen.
She get traded to Orlando. She with her man who plays for Orlando, and now they win in the series. And every time, how you know she's a pure soul, because how many pictures do you get to have of your ex getting yammed on like that live in real time for you to be able to post it on social media? Not only how many times has your ex been yammed on, how many times has your ex been yammed on by your current man? Yeah. And having that poster look crazy.
Like he losing money this series. Like
you should never.
He losing money.
Like you shouldn't be like this, dog. This pose ain't. It's tough, man. Hate that for him, man. Highlights, man. I have a lot of sports highlights. I'm not gonna hold you. Shout out to the Vegas Knights. You see what's going on over here. You know, I do watch hockey. Black men watch hockey. Black men are in hockey. We taking over the sport. You know how that go, right? Vegas Knights came out here to the Bozo list. All you Utah fans, you know why? This is what they did. This is what's dirty. Bodega, imagine this. Ev, imagine this. Someone, you've been running the gym. You've been running the mosque, right? And then they open up a gym right down the street. Just happened to be across county line, but everybody that was from that county came to you. Everybody that was from that county came to your mosque, right? And then they open up a new church or they open up a new gym, and they say everybody that used to have a membership or a jersey or a T-shirt from over here, turn this in, and I'll give you my book. That's what the Utah fans did, man. Utah, the new NHL team, they established one. They got the Utah Mammals. I don't know. We beating y'all. I don't care about that. And they said, if you come turn in your Vegas jersey, we'll give you a Utah one. All y'all that turned in your jersey, phony. I marked y'all's face. I saw that news clip. I remember.
There were the fans.
I remember.
Hate them.
Frauds. Fraudulent, man. I hope you have bad days for the next few weeks, man. I genuinely hope you have terrible days, man. I hope your coffee tastes horrendous, right? I hope your gas has a little bit more water in it so you don't get the same amount of mileage you're supposed to have. I hope y'all all have terrible days, right? Shout out to the Spurs. I don't have to go too far with that. Shout out to Man City. But my favorite highlight of the week is Ev. This came straight from that story. We got man. Michael Jackson at home. Boy,
hey, when I seen that on IG, bro, I was crying for 5 minutes. I was like, how he even get that? Why he even get that link?
You know,
we got Michael Jackson at home, man. For y'all that don't know,
and she tuned in, locked in. Elbow ain't moved at all.
Shout out to both opportunities.
Shout out to come back at our folks, man, for all that stuff that they put us through. Talk about we got McDonald's at home and whatnot. We got Michael Jackson at home, had me crying.
Listen. She got food going. She locked in, bro. Oh man,
yeah. She was ready, man. Michael Jackson. That's nigga. She was married to that man in a past life in her head, man. She couldn't wait. She wasn't going up there. She said, I need to see that. So I got you.
Man, oh my goodness, man, that had me crying, bro. Man, I would y'all don't know this about Ev, man. Ev is the plug. Ev is the plug, man. You need a movie, you need a TV show, ask him, man. In some way, shape, or form, he might have you on set. That's how locked in he is. He might have you there for the next filming session, bro.
You never know, man. I try my best, man. I try my best. I do my best on the interwebs.
All right, man. So I'm gonna ask y'all, what y'all want to get into first, man? We got multiple options. We could touch on the sports. We could touch on how a new ballroom's being created in the White House. We could touch on many things, bro. Y'all want to talk about Aubrey? How y'all want to start off?
Man, you know what? I'm game for whatever, dog.
Listen, Trump, man. Listen.
Yeah, get it out the way.
Let me talk to you real quick, Trump. Okay, there's two things I need you to know. All right, two very particular things. One, Allah not gonna forgive you for that. Okay. Allah not gonna forgive you for that. I need, you know what I'm saying? Listen, only Allah can judge us, right? But I it's pretty clear, all right. You made yourself white Jesus and put it up on Truth Social.
Yes, he did.
It's not even the same time.
Yes, he did.
It
ain't even
a stuff for Allah. You're not gonna be forgiven for that. I just want you to know that. Just want you to know that you're not gonna be forgiven for that. There must be a satanic ritual in the ballroom that you keep putting up because, like, come on, bro. Listen, you didn't need another fake assassination attempt. Like, there's nothing that's gonna be forgiving here. Like, there's nothing you can do. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no sympathy, nothing. Like, come on, bro. What that light skin? What ain't that brother light skin? He light skin something. He's something.
He's half and half. That's the thing. That was my piece on it. You made his name as racially ambiguous as his race. He's half black, half white, got the checkered background. And when I say checkered, he was staunchly right for this period of time, then he was staunchly left for this period of time. Y'all just throwing stuff at the wall at this point. That's it, man. Did you see Secret Service too?
Wasn't he a government agent or something like that?
Yes.
Didn't he work for a branch of the government?
To be specific, Cole Thomas Allen, because that name I didn't. Cole Thomas Allen, this half black, half white man. He's 50-50, literally. If I'm reading this correctly, he is 50-50 on both sides. Racially ambiguous name, ambiguous political beliefs. Came in with a semi-automatic handgun, a pump action shotgun, and 3 knives because it's the Matrix. I don't know.
Wait. How he get into the correspondent dinner with all of that? How he? So Secret Service and them just let him walk in with that. They just let him walk in. A shotgun, a handgun, and 3 knives.
Man, look, man. I'm just telling you what they said. You know what's funny about it too? When you watch the tape, when the Secret Service have to go crazy with it. They went to JD Vance first. It took him out. They didn't even go get Trump. They went and got JD first. Trump wasn't even moving. It's just bad all around. And of course, there's a manifesto that came up. You know, he was dressed in a blue jumpsuit with a name tag, and
they got the manifesto. They immediately. They always gonna have a manifesto for them type. Always.
Is this worse than the Muslim shooter from last month?
Yes. You know why?
It's worse.
Yeah,
it's worse.
There's a difference between this one and the other one. They shot at the homie that ran in here this time 5 times. Missed all 5.
Oh.
Missed
the Secret Service missed all 5 shots.
Missed all 5 shots.
Man,
listen, man.
Yeah, don't tell me. Yeah, don't tell me this isn't a scam. They train to shoot regularly. They missed all 5 shots, mind you. Multiple people in the room, nobody got hit. So them bullets just missed him and everybody else. Kept going.
Ain't these the best of the best? Maybe they tied up in the first draft lottery for the Secret Service is over in Iran because everybody else over there. So maybe they over there and we on like D2, D3 athlete Secret Service members. Yeah. Maybe that's where we at in this moment.
They got the B team.
Nigga, we got Agent Cody Banks defending us. That's what's going on.
Security.
That's what's going on.
They got top flight security over there, bro.
Listen, bro, you don't need a manifesto to kill the president, okay? We are all on the same accord, okay? We are all on the same accord. We seen it. We seen everything that happened. Manifesto, come on now. That's how you know the playbook cooked. They talking about manifesto. Man, nigga ain't making no manifesto. Luigi and them ain't had no manifesto.
They gave a presentation on how he possibly did it, right? They have the whole thing mapped out. So they're saying my man's, because never before have we gotten a layout of the White House and then breaking down all the potential, risk points of attack. Say suspect ran through the security gates with a pump action and a handgun and 3 knives. Went through the security gate. Ran through.
Wait. Yeah, Sam Fisher, that motherfucker.
Stop right there. Stop right there. Let's just stop right there. He ran through the White House security gates. There's a guard right there. Like, matter of fact, the sniper's on the roof of the presidential. Like, what do they mean he ran through? What do they mean by that?
That man was Splinter Cell. That's what they telling you. This man he got through there.
So he ran through. They're saying he was stopped before reaching the stairs and made it a point to show you if he would have got down the stairs, it would have led him into the ballroom, the international ballroom, right?
This nigga Jason Bourne? He the equalizer? Like, what are we talking about? Like, listen. I haven't done any research into this topic besides seeing the news and being like, oh, it's another fake attempt. Who is this nigga? Why he wasn't over there in Iran?
Again, half white, half black, Thomas Cole Allen, right?
That's
with the Matrix loadout. Neo didn't even carry this much. Bro, John Wick didn't even have this much material on him. So he ran past. I guess after missing 5 shots, tackled him right here before he got to the stairs.
Right? And then that's the thing, they missed all the shots. Like, you did all that. So you Splinter Cell, you Ghost Recon, you Sam Fisher, and then you Neo.
Look, I'm of the opinion anyone who had to document that they shot their firearm should also be fired. Yo, you give me your credentials now. You shouldn't be top flight security of nothing. I want your badges. I want your credential levels, because how all of you miss is beyond me. Is beyond me. What I did learn from this, like you, Bodega, I didn't dig too far into it. Y'all was in a group chat. I sent that. It's like, it's just too much of a layup at this point of y'all having a boardroom of, all right, give me an idea. Let's label this person. But
how did he even get into the White House? Like, we have to have honest. Okay, all right. All jokes aside, right? All jokes aside.
Nah, it's all jokes. Because what you about to say, truth is a jokes. It's all jokes, bro.
All jokes aside, because we keep talking about like fake assassination attempts, right? But like, let's be honest. If you yourself right now today want to get into the White House, with the way our country is going, you likely be shot. Okay, as a black person, as a black Muslim, I'm likely to be shot. If I were to go take a normal residential tour of the White House today, I have a better chance of being shot than somebody who did an assassination ship. He ran past security. There are snipers. There's a no-fly zone over the White House. There are snipers on the roof of the White House 24/7. What do they mean? He got past security. What do they mean by that? Somebody got to explain that. And then Trump, we seen where he was like, this is why everybody's requesting a new ballroom. Trump, brother. This ain't the time, okay? This ain't the time of you talking about new ballroom, okay? Your secret service, not only your secret service and military personality, not only let a nigga pass security, but they didn't hit him. They stripped him naked instead. Y'all got pictures of posing with him naked. Your cabinet talking about it was a great time. What is, somebody explain it to me, please? Somebody has to explain it to me like I'm 5 years old.
I don't think everybody was in on the plan, and that's also what messed up the plan, because you see some of their reactions. Some people were still grabbing the champagne bottles in an active shooter situation. They was grabbing the champagne bottles on the table. Some people were filming. You know what I'm saying? Like it was too uncoordinated. Y'all were better than this, but then based on the stories that they've thrown at us recently, they're not better than this. they're not better than this.
Listen, man. President Obama being a Muslim from Kenya was more believable than this.
Look at his face. Look at this.
Oh, bro, he on heroin, bro. I know that face. I know that face.
Oh my god.
I know that face. He on a heroin come down. Nah. See, I knew it. I knew that face. I know that face. That's heroin. That's Vietnam heroin too. That's not even like today's, like, you know, that's up there with them Quaaludes that they used to give out in the 80s.
Oh man, I'm genuinely surprised they didn't try to tag him as a Muslim. Because it was, but I think that was too spot on for this situation. Again, Cole Thomas Allen is just a little bit too, you know what I'm saying, too on the nose. Just too on the nose, man. You had too much backlash from the Ramadan attempt, and you heard everybody say it.
Wait, related but unrelated. Have they found Charlie Kirk's murder yet?
No, they found him.
Yeah,
they
found him. They found that. Yeah.
Was he found good? No. Wasn't it the bullet didn't match or something like that? Sort of like,
nah, because he had his own manifesto on his bullets too. Remember that was the bullet thing with him.
He had the.
Yeah,
it was more with him on like what was he left? Was he right? That's when they started the with him specifically. It turned into colleges are now just liberal breeding grounds and they ruin people. That was a narrative after his thing.
It has been a long ass year. Okay? It's been a long ass year. It's only April. It's been a long year.
Yeah, man. Speaking of that, homie Smith's here. Homie Smith's here, man.
What's going on,
What's the word, Smith? What's happening?
I'm chilling.
Yeah,
How
but
y'all doing?
You know, we getting the Bodega and Smith team up. We haven't seen this before, and I think y'all two can relate to each other because you know Smitty up there in the East Coast as well. He got like 80 pair of Timbs. I'm sure he can understand all your lingo, Bodega. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least there's some type of East Side connection that you've been needing for a while. Because again, there's a lot that's happening in your area that you've been trying to answer for all of it, and I feel sorry for you, but you talk to us. But Smith here, man, he got you. Double sold, right?
Yes,
Double sold, man.
No single sold Timbs. No sir.
Yeah, but it's with or without the laces. Now that we got two East Coast representatives, with or without laces.
You can't wait to listen. If you wearing Timbs without laces, you're living a wild life.
I was just about to say without laces, that's like Black Air Force energy.
You live in a wild like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's you don't want to talk to that nigga, really. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? He woke up in the morning with a bacon, egg, and cheese and a 2 Black and Miles. Like that's not the brother that you
no bev
at all. No beverage.
All right. Second question. How dirty can a pair of Timbs be that you see before you start questioning should you be around, homie?
2 scuffs. It's 2 scuffs. It's two scuffs. Listen, because you might have gotten off like the 4 or the K or something like that. You might have, you know what I'm saying? Like you might have tripped walking up to Utica or something like that. All right, you got a scuff in your Timbs, cool, whatever case. You got 2 scuffs, nigga. You ain't took a toothbrush to that? Nah.
Does the location of the scuff matter?
It depends.
It depends.
It depends. So like if he, how should I say that? If he a shooter, he can have them shits beat down.
Yeah. But you also, but that's the thing. You stay away from that nigga.
Yeah.
Unless he on the same block with you, and you know what I'm saying, your moms knew him. I mean, you stay away from that nigga.
Because you know he the shooter.
That's not.
That's a good question though. Do the location of the scuffs matter? Like you said, it's 2, but like, what if it's the scuffs like somehow he somehow scuffed him. He scuffed him on his own, like from the one Tim to the left on like the middle inside sole. Like what if that's one of the scuffs? So it's like you don't really see it, but you saw it there. You saw it, but it ain't super noticeable. Like
Bodega do not look impressed.
He all good in
Bodega don't look impressed. What's
he all good in my book.
A scuff is a scuff. A scuff is a scuff, Bodega.
It's I mean, listen, man, it is. Okay. But like
fair question.
From a nigga who's worn a lot of Timbs, they usually scuff at like the top, like where you start to see the wear and tear at is at, you know what I'm saying, where your toes go at. I mean, they scuff up. You can, you know what I'm saying, take a little toothbrush and a eraser to them. But when they start to scar up, you know what I'm saying, when the suede start to rip up, yeah, you can't miss that. You can't miss that.
Do y'all have the same excuse? Because it's like, all right, as y'all don't drive as much, especially in New York, compared to us. As someone that loves sneakers, you know, when you constantly switching from the brake to the gas pedal, and most people don't talk about that scuff that's right there on the toes. That's where that really be.
Yeah.
But y'all just walking, so you don't care about none of that. You
Listen,
well, they don't care about none of that, man.
Listen,
oh man,
it gets treacherous, man. It gets treacherous outside, you know.
Facts.
Okay,
Facts.
So I got a random question for y'all. This is where we at now, man. I got a random question for y'all. I did not prep y'all for this. This was a question that was brought to my attention from one of our lady listeners. How do you feel if you got labeled as having boyfriend pipe?
Huh? Say that again.
What that mean?
Like you when they describe you and how you get in your duffel, the description is you just have you. I don't want to say just have that gives a connotation. You have boyfriend material baggage.
What that mean?
Is that an insult to you? Is that
I don't know what it means.
I'm not gonna lie.
Because the way that they use it in the group
I date
chat,
to marry, so
no, but the way that they use it in the group chat, if you got boyfriend, you got boyfriend, that means like it's cool for you to be with. It's not they highlight. It's not like the you're not the link up. You're not the link material. That's how I took it. I'm just seeing if I was bugging because I was told I was bugging whenever
that's disrespectful.
It's disrespectful, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Boyfriend baggage. Does this mean I'm not over my ex? Like, please, like, you know what I'm saying? Do the math for me real quick.
Do the knowledge.
I'm asking you, how does that like if you was told that, is that a shot to your ego? Is that like I need to step my game up? Is that a compliment? I said it wasn't a compliment. They said I was crazy.
Boyfriend baggage.
I don't think it's a compliment.
It don't baggage. That's the only time baggage is a compliment is when you traveling. I mean, like
facts.
Baggage is just me trying to be clean with it. They saying you give boyfriend pipe. That's what they're saying.
Well, so what do you
boyfriend pipe?
What does that mean?
Yeah.
Like, is that good?
It's cool. Like they could date you. It's not. It doesn't have
boyfriend pipe.
If I smack it and I'm not her, like if I'm not her beginning and the end, I'm not gonna lie. Like anything less than that is disrespectful.
Boyfriend
like
pipe?
I need to be after I smack it. I need to be the beginning and the end.
So she went into the group chat after the session and was like, "Oh, he got boyfriend pipe."
Yeah, like the ladies asked about you. You know when they give the report.
That sounds like you 8 months into the relationship and you just had to get something off on a Wednesday night because like that's what y'all needed in the moment. That don't sound like.
But that's what you know give to a random shorty. No, you supposed to get you supposed to go crazy. Like you
man, y'all.
Yes, that's a disrespect. It is disrespect.
Listen, man.
It sounds like complacency.
Listen.
It
sounds like complacency sex, and that's I don't want to be that.
Fair. I was just asking. They didn't want y'all to think too much about it. It just presented on the desktop. I told them I asked the cleaners, so we could go from there. Speaking of complacency, Aubrey's dropping an album. Are y'all excited? Yes or no?
I am. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Listen.
What you got, Smith? What you got?
Listen. As someone who right before everything got popping, right before Kendrick submitted his verse to Future, for that track, I told my boy, I remember it was like yesterday. I remember I told him, I was like, yo, not for nothing, if this shit get popping soon, I just want to let you know Kendrick gonna eat that boy up. And he did what he did. You know what I mean? Not for nothing though. After that, yo, when you get punched on, I want to see how you rise to the occasion. Everybody takes a L. Everybody also wins. But how do you bounce back? How do you bounce back? And I think he's fully loaded. I'm not gonna lie. I think he's fully loaded.
Okay. I think as someone that gets to have the situation of being honest, and I was never the highest on him well before this had happened. Once the ghostwriting, especially us being battle rap fans, once the ghostwriting thing came out, when it did, and Meek revealed it, then I was cool, and he wasn't. I'm not gonna lie to you, like he didn't get play, but he was never really necessarily in my top, spins. So with that being said, I'm looking forward to it because I do believe he starts shooting at people, and I'm here for that. I know you're going to tell your version of the story. I'm expecting him to shoot at everybody, and I think there's going to be at least strong enough hints to we know Push, Cole, and Kendrick are getting something. That's all I care about. I want to see if you have the gumption, the spirit, the caucasity to continue on to try Pusha Terrence. I do, because I'm interested to see where he's at. After you come off the album that he came off of, I want to see what that bag look like. You have nothing to lose shooting at Kendrick, whether he responds or not. So you might as well just go ahead and get that bullet off, right? Shoot. If it hits something, we'll see. And for everybody that's been asking, or you felt this way about him, if the brother didn't show up before, if Drake send a shot at J. Cole, I don't want to hear Nathan. You better respond. You better respond. I'm sorry. Now it's hip hop. That whole argument we had in the group chat, what's hip hop and what's not. No, this is hip hop because you don't believe him. He's not gonna do no street activity. You don't believe him, J. Cole. So you better respond if he say something, and it's just gonna be just like Thomas Cole Allen. We have another light skin war. They're gonna shoot at each other. We here for it. We here for it. Nobody gonna get hit for real. Nobody gonna die. Respond back. I'm here for that. The rest of the sing song stuff, if there's women around, I'm sure they'll play it for me. I'm gonna give the album a listen. I will, but I can honestly say I didn't go back. I genuinely have not gone back to the album he did with Party Next Door. And again, he's not necessarily my speed, but I'll give you a solid listen. I'm here for the shenanigans. That's all I'm here for. I think you moved out the way. When Cole dropped his, you saw what that loadout looked like. And for once in the first time in your career, you genuinely got scared, man. The fall off was getting some traction. He's still on his album rollout now. He learned from clips. They kept going after the drop date. We done seen a Honda Civic start driving. We done seen the Honda Civic break down. We done seen hella podcasts. Bodega was there when he pieced it up with Cameron. Like he probably he was in the room. He done been on 7 p.m. in Brooklyn. He done went over to Hoop in China and came back. That rollout crazy. And you melted some ice. You better shoot at this man, bro. You better shoot at him. I'm here for that. That's where I'm at, man. Ed, what about you?
Man, I can't wait. Hang on, I'll tell you. Like for this one, it's I'm not even here for the random shots. I mean, we're gonna get it, it's gonna come anyway. But I'm here honestly just for like none of the gimmicks. Just give me good music. Give me an actual album. Get back to hits, being good music. Like that's what I'm actually excited for, because I think that's what he gonna do, the shots, like I said, but I think he gonna give us just good music. Like, and that's something that he's been lacking for a while now. It's just a good sound, something that everybody want to listen to. Again, everybody made kind of comments like the nigga he was kind of aiming towards like hate women rap, incel raps, just money and incel rap. So I hope he get back to, I ain't gonna lie, like talk about yourself, talk about what you was going through, talk about that stuff. Like, yeah, like I said, the shot's gonna come, but talk about how all this stuff affected you, like hopefully, and do it in a good way. Like I'm what you got to say?
Now, I don't want to bypass it, and I agree with you, Ev. I'm with that too. Bodega literally yawned. And for y'all that don't know, Bodega has been feeling the way towards Drake since they bypassed him for the clearance of him going to the Marcy Projects and shooting that video. And I understand, I truly understand how Bodega feel for real, man. Because you know what I'm saying, you supposed to check in and touch bases, and somehow he finagled the system, so he was over there. If he have a Jay-Z verse, do he at least get a spin in your car?
Yeah, I mean, he was gonna get a spin anyway because like I grew up a Drake hater. Like I thought his rap
Drake hater.
Nah, because like at the time that like Drake first dropped, like I was listening to real like hard rap. I was not, bro, get this sing-songy shit, this light skin, get this shit out of here. Nah, I'm not in that. I'm listening to Mobb Deep. Like I'm not, you know what I'm saying? So like, but what I've always wanted from Drake is the growth. I feel like he was in a lot of ways the most emotionally introspective of the three. And like I want to hear that. That is what I want to hear. I want to hear Drake without the gimmicks. I want to hear Drake without the incel rap. I want to hear Drake, you know what I'm saying? But like I feel like this project is really like a make or break, honestly. Like that's how I feel about it. It's really a make or break. This is like talking about LeBron's legacy with championships or something like that. If it's not a certified classic,
fair.
That shit out of here. Get that shit out of here. Get that nigga out of here. Get all that shit. Like I don't want to hear. You know what I'm saying?
What I'm thinking is like halfway through song 4, 5, 6, we should be doing the battle rap, pause in the song, talk to me. That's what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear. Like we should be pausing song 4, 5, and 6 and like, yeah, he's talking that shit. He's talking that motherfucking shit.
I think at this point too, we know where you at, right? Especially the one thing about that whole back and forth with Kendrick, it's shown who stands where, and it is what it is, right? So knowing that it is what it is, bro, just do what you do. I wouldn't want him to spend too much time trying to respond to everything. You don't win there. You already, had your response. Honestly, most people were annoyed at everybody else that shot at him during that Kendrick back and forth because what y'all look like y'all jumping him. You just trying to jump on the bandwagon, whatever. Cool. So you don't gain nothing saying anything to no Rick Ross, no ASAP Rocky, no nobody. Just mind your business. If you say something to Kendrick, we understand. Pusha T is probably the only exception that's not named Cole, and I'm not really sure. Other than those three names, and genuinely, it's probably just Kendrick and Cole. Outside of them, you don't gain nothing. Just do what you do. I think that's where most of the people feel. The same supporters are going to be out there. I still think, if I'm estimating, I still think it probably hit 350 to 450 in the first week. I believe so. I do think he at least runs out of the first week with some a high amount of streaming numbers. Now, what happens after that? It might be the first time we experience it with Drake. Of if it didn't land the way that you wanted it to land, you might see normal people numbers, and what that means is there might be a drop off in week 2. Maybe, I'm sure you got a single, but he hasn't even put out a single, which I don't know if he necessarily needs one with the name he has, but if the album isn't that, you might regret it. Who knows? Just be yourself. Just be yourself, man. Y'all got anything additional on him specifically?
No, man. Just give us good music.
Stop shooting at women, nigga.
Yeah.
That shit nasty. Stop shooting at women.
Give us dope raps, man. Be a hit maker. Give us dope raps.
Yeah, man. Well, again, while we here, this might just be the mixed episode. Klay and Meg had problems. This might just be a mixed people episode, bro. This is kind of crazy. Klay and Meg had problems. I don't need to do the whole rundown. They broke up. There's allegations on both sides of who stepped out, all that good jazz, right? I'm sure there's a bigger conversation than us keeping up with celebrities and what they do. They all in the same circle. We gonna see him pop out with somebody. He's an NBA star. At least a former I wouldn't say superstar, but I'm particular about that. But he has 5 championships. He's no lightweight necessarily. He's still an NBA player. 4 championships. She's still Meg the Stallion. They gonna do what they gonna do. That's where I'm at on it.
Mm-hmm. Man, I don't give a damn what they do. Like, to be real, because it don't make me no money. It don't give me it. Look, all it does is kill my brain cells.
Not kill your brain cells.
That's what that does. That conversation does. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I do want to say this: the parasocial relationship of fandom, and you don't know these people. You don't know these people. Okay? I understand having your opinions, I understand having your feelings and emotions and convictions about things and having some strong opinions, but you don't know these people. You ain't in their bedrooms. You're not in their life. And past situations that these people have been involved in, it's not entirely for you to be comparison and saying, oh, this and that and that, because you don't know these people. Live your own life.
I don't have to get too crazy. I can tell y'all here, man, that as homies, personally, because of the fact that it was flooding the timelines, and I gauge certain things during this time frame, especially when NBA playoffs is popping. You got so many games going on. My timeline usually looks like some type of sports, and if it's not the NBA for mine specifically, hockey's on there because I do watch a lot of hockey. It's the end of the Premier League for soccer as well. So when this types of stuff bleeds through that, there are some bozos that I hope that if y'all see these brothers or you see them within the range, you know, we gonna bring back Grab Him. Just let him know. For y'all that was retweeting, any of them people that was retweeting the little meme they made of Meg with the lineup of whoever she had been with before Klay and having him holding some flowers. It sounds like fun and games until somebody just happens to run down the Carfax on your lady. So if you couldn't handle that yourself, bro, I don't know why you retweeting something on what she doing, man. Now we getting back to, I think I'm more disappointed in seeing is like, all right, we back to the body count conversation. We back to the men versus women gender war. And this all sounds good until you are prepared and until you get called out for the truth of your own relationship. So my question to y'all is, how do y'all find that in the midst of all these shenanigans? Do y'all think y'all are really at the table for the full truth when it comes to who you are as a person, whatever your significant other might say about you? Like when we having these types of conversations, is the truth really being told? Yes or no?
No, and the truth is never in. This is the thing. There's two sides to every story every single time, right? Mm-hmm. There's also the truth, which always is within the nuance, right? So I don't know confirmed reports between them two, however the case, whatever. I don't know any of that, but I do know it's very wild and insane and crazy to have that girl all around, like, you know what I'm saying, your parents and doing the holiday and all of that other type of shit. And like, you just be like, now I'm gonna go cheat anyway. That's crazy, brother. That's crazy. If that, you know what I'm saying? If that's true, that's wild. But like bringing it to a more personal space, nah. I mean, you know what I'm saying? The truth happens in the nuance. If you married, long-term relationship, blah 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 blah, but like shit just be subjective, man. You be in there loved up, eyes glistening, they ain't do no wrong, and you know what I'm saying, telling your life story, they ain't did no wrong, whatever case. And then when that other side gets flipped and it's no longer that, then it's all the negative connotation, and it's none of the, you know what I'm saying, like in most cases, like it's none of the positive. And like, ain't nobody telling the truth, man. You know, ain't nobody telling the truth, really, on either side.
Let me build on the question just a little bit. Ev was there for this conversation. We was having it. I'm not getting there, so we safe, Ev. One day, one day we might cross that line. Cool. One day.
Thank you.
Not today. Because
Thank you.
we got our Eastern brothers over here. I don't want y'all to go down with this ship unless I give y'all at least a forewarning. We going out into them waters. But what I will say is we more or less circled the reality of, for both sides, men and women, the ego and pride that we tie into our emotions often prevents us from telling the whole truth about ourselves whenever we're in these relationship conversations. And oftentimes that blockage, stoppage, or inability to genuinely put the full truth on the table, the humbling that comes with that truth, also allows ideologies to form that end up often being the downfall of whatever it is that happens in any relationship. And that sounds like a bunch of vagueness, and of course it sounds super easy to say, but it's the simple things of are you really the problem? Is your sex game as much as you say it is? Were you really the innocent one in all your past relationships? What is your problem with this in this particular relationship? What do you actually bring to the table? What is the table in the first place? All these variances, like we don't necessarily always get to the truth, because sometimes, if you say it for real, if she said that to you for real, where that conversation's going. you know exactly where that conversation going. And the further I'm of the opinion, the further you get into it, she know them weak spots. That kidney shot. Have you pissing blood for a week?
Oh Lord.
Right here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You happen to drop your guard a little bit. Chin check. Now you at the table, just side eye and everything, and probably vice versa. You probably done said some stuff, did some stuff, and it was like, man, what can we do? Do you think that there's ever a possibility? Let me start with that question. Do you think that there's ever a possibility to get to a space to where you could be 100% truthful? Because we don't have to lie here. We keep it clean. I'm not going to put nobody in those spots, but I think we can at least be honest. And for even the listeners, we can be honest and say we're not really shooting like we're Steph Curry. Oftentimes we're just comfortable with some free throws. Is that a good way to put it? I'll take a free throw. You foul me. You put me on the line, right? You don't just get so. You know what I'm saying? Are y'all in that space? Do y'all tell 100%?
Well, no, I think nobody does, because nobody does. I don't give a damn who you think, and that's something that when I always talk about ego pride, everybody always know I push for that. I push for it as much as you can, but no, because I think there's some small part of every person, no matter what, you will never want to confront the true and harsh reality and responsibility and accountability of your actions and what they do to another party. I think there is a small part that everybody has in them. I don't give a damn. You could be the kindest person in the world. Get put into a specific scenario, self-preservation kicks in.
Yeah. And
self-preservation through words or actions or whatever will kick in, or through dismissiveness. Matter of fact, I'll say that. That's another. Self-preservation through dismissiveness will take effect, because I don't want to face that reality of what it is of me being the issue. Like you said, the question of, am I the problem? No, people will never want to get that, because if I get to the smallest level of some scenario and it turns its head and it's me, oh fuck.
Yeah.
I ain't perfect. I'm a failure. Or that's how it's just those little minute things that come into play. So I say, what?
Self-preservation through dismissiveness. I wrote that down.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna get into these studies, because to what you just said, man. There's no way you could tell the whole truth if you don't have the ability to listen. That's where I'm at. And it can only work that way because if you're able to process what somebody is saying about you, and there's times it's like, I know we can always get into the weeds of somebody is either defending themselves, somebody is a poor listener, or you know, the person speaking to it might think they're a poor listener because they get defensive, and you can say whether or not they're speaking on validity or they're just being defensive. You could get there, but you still have to be able to listen to what somebody's feedback is about you in those spots. Because simultaneously, again, this is just a mixed episode. We was having that same conversation about the clip with Ish on the Joe Budden podcast, right? And it's like, what's your idea of commitment? That was the conversation of what does commitment mean? That's what the conversation turned into. Well, is it what everybody assumes, or is it the truth that y'all have between y'all? What does it mean to you specifically? What does it mean to your partner and all that? Is commitment synonymous with exclusivity? Is being defensive synonymous with standing up with yourself? Is being accusatory synonymous with telling the truth? Right? And all those little fixes of how you say the tone, how you do your body language, the way that you go about it, all those pieces kind of fall into place. And I don't think you can say you're telling the truth if you're unable to listen to certain things, because what does she do tell you? You got boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? Was she like, are you prepped for that? Because I'm supposed to love you and be your potential husband, and I want you to look at me like you found me off the streets and I'm unforgettable. All that type of stuff is like, man, you are the problem. But I think of that as like, what? So if we're saying we don't tell 100% of the truth, what do you think are options available to us? And if you could maybe speak more to you, like what is something that you know for a fact I could kind of spot clean this just a little bit and work on, like, you know, like a good trait about you where it's like I think I do this well, and maybe I could edit it to make it better, and then probably now it sounds like a job. What is your strengths and weaknesses? What is something that you know is like but I could
so one of my strengths, I'll definitely say, I don't know exactly what I went through for this to happen, or exactly what self-healing, or maybe it's probably the opposite of what I'm thinking it is, but someone telling me about myself to the degree you're saying is something I respect to the utmost degree, because it's hard. It puts both people in that situation in a vulnerable state. And you know, a lot of people don't even have the heart to be that real with whoever they're in that situation with, because it's like, one, they're scared of the reaction they could get, and two, they don't want whatever flipped to be like, oh, like this person doesn't care about me, because how could someone say something that could cut me so deep, you know what I mean, and to that degree. And me personally, I can't really pinpoint what I've been through to really co-sign that, but me personally is just what I gravitate towards. Like a person of, whether it's my best friend or it's my girlfriend or my future wife, it's just like, you need to have the trait to be able to tell me about myself when I'm good, when I'm not good, and when I'm in the middle. If you can't do that, then you can't be around me, because I'm gonna do the same thing to you. If you're tripping for the last couple weeks, I'm gonna be like, yeah, bro, you're tripping. Like, tighten that shit the fuck up. You know what I mean? And I expect the same thing. So
is that a when you say that, because I'm not saying this for you specifically. I do know there's a lot of people that you'll hear, and it's like they all of us would say that. I want you to be able to tell the truth about me. I want you to be able to say that. And then when it happens, like, how do you usually handle it when that happens? Are you initially pretty solid with it? And if you are, did you have to work to get there? Or is it like, as you work through this process, it was like, man, at first it used to eat at you and you used to handle it this way, and then you kind of worked on getting to it being peaceful?
I think it all depends on like exactly what is being touched on. Depending on the topic, like me personally, I'm pretty much soft in any aspect. Not saying like I'm soft in that aspect, but whatever you want to touch on, I could give you the benefit of the doubt. You know what I mean? And pretty much whatever topic you're talking about, unless it's like obscene. I can't really come up with any examples right now, but as long as it's respectable, and I could give you, if you bring up something to me that even 3% I could get what you're saying, you're gonna have a pretty healthy case in my book. So that's just what I'll say.
Okay. Bodega Ev.
Go ahead, Bodega.
I need to and this is probably like I'll admit that like I view this as a fault in myself, but like if you are approaching me like with something that you need to discuss with me about myself in the form of pettiness or like anger or like not even anger, but like I'm sensing that you are moving out of anger and not moving out of love, or like you're moving out of I'm gonna get you back instead of actually trying to communicate with me. I will hear what you're saying. I'll take it. I'm not gonna respond to it though. Like I'm just not going to engage in that. And I'm not going to engage in that because the way that I work or the way that I operate, I instantly go back to the same thing. Like, oh no, you trying to get at me. All right, my nigga, what's up then? But like that's not productive in a conversation. It's not productive in conflict resolution. And most importantly, I still love you. I like ideally, or I care enough about you to actually have this conversation and hear what you got to say. And so like I won't engage in that way. But if you are coming to me with something genuine on your heart, whatever case, it's not from a place of anger, it's not from a place of pettiness. You're just like, hey, I genuinely need to have this conversation with you, anything along those lines. I'm able to receive that and then share my perspective, right? Because it could be something I missed. It could be a trauma response that I'm not acknowledging. It could be it could be any number of things in those moments, right? But like you're coming to me from a place where it's like I want to have this conversation because I love you and I genuinely want you to improve. I can accept that because that's how I usually lead those conversations when they're on the other side. Like I'm not going to respond out of anger. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna respond out of pettiness. I'm not going to allow like those kind of like surface or like those immediate emotions get to me when it's something that like I genuinely need to discuss with somebody. But that's also challenging, and don't know everybody don't operate that way. So,
Let me ask both of y'all this, and maybe before you go, Ev, as men, is a lot of the times our response is how big is tone to you?
Everything.
Okay.
Yeah. And I guess from a woman's perspective, they may feel as if like we need to be coddled in that way because women deal with the societal pressures of being women and all the things that come with that, and they're not protected and all of that, right? That's usually the context for them when they're talking to us, right? It's like in this moment you just a man, and then you get into patriarchy and all those other kind of things. And as far as I can understand that perspective, right? I'm not a woman, so I don't directly experience those things. But at the same time, realize that like we're in our space. We're not in a space of generality. We're in a space of that you and I have cultivated. Please approach me with some kindness. If that's coddling, then I need it. I need some of it, because if you approach me in a way where your tone sound off, your tone sound crazy, anything like that, I'm not engaging in the conversation. There's nothing for me to engage with. And again, I don't want to speak to you in the way that I feel like you speaking to me, because I already sound crazy when I'm speaking directly. When I'm serious, everybody say I'm mean, I'm upset, or what I'm saying, I'm cold. I'm mean and cold is how I come off. I don't want to talk to you the way that I'm hearing you talk to me. Because then I'm gonna sound crazy. I'm gonna sound crazy. Your feelings gonna be hurt. All of that. I don't need any of that. So I'm just not going to engage.
Okay.
Yeah. And for me, tone is everything, because tone, at least it's how my brain go. My brain tone, and it's gonna go into it probably something else. I correlate tone with respect.
Nah, it's a good point.
Like,
It's a good point.
and that's the weird wiring in my brain, and it's for me, and it's because of it's weird too, because it's because of how I was raised. It's of treat people how you want to be treated. Like my brain is so wired on that. So like I have a practice of patience, of kindness. Like I'm gonna come to you at a tone at all times of respect, stranger, loved one, whatever. Just because one, that's the right way to do things to even get in the manner of a positive conversation, a positive just whatever. Anything of a positive upward mobility, it needs to be met that way, at least in my book. And it's where when the tone comes off negative in a negative manner, oh, okay. That means there's something with me. There's a lack of something with me in you towards me. That's just how I
Yeah.
correlate it. That's just how, and
Right.
it's just a weird brain. It's just okay. And for me, it's that like because for me, and I say this too because it's like with my friends, we all have a relationship where if we get into it, we don't. Especially with me, it's like they know me. It's like they don't raise their voice because I don't raise my voice. And it's where if we homies and we get to a level where you raising your voice at me, oh, you don't respect me because or at least in this moment, you don't respect me. And for me, I'm very sensitive to scenario-based moments.
Mhm.
And it's like, oh, you don't respect me in this moment. I feel offended.
Okay. So while we're here, I'm gonna come back to that
Yeah.
tone piece what that means to us. But for
Yeah.
you, like, what would be, since you haven't gone yet, like what you feel like maybe strengths, weaknesses for how
Okay.
you go about it.
So I would say strength would be, because I say, hell, with that, I kind of answer some of it. Strength would be patience. Like I'm gonna say, honestly, and this is something with myself. This is a strength and a weakness. My patience. My patience is a strength. And it's a strength because with my patience, it's one of those things where with patience, you're extending grace at the same time as well, and empathy. Because with that patience, it's like, especially when I say this in these moments, because if you're coming with me in negativity and I can give you patience we can get to the ground of what is it that we get in here before I get offended. And that's how I correlate it. See, that's why I bring it back in that correlation. And that's where my patience gets it. But I also say a weakness to that practice is my patience can override the hey, let's settle this. Hey, let's dead this. Because my patience of extending grace for you is overriding my emotions of this shit needs to end. You need to know X, Y, and Z. Whoever it is, friends, lovers, whatever.
Yep.
It overrides the hey, you need to know this. And that's why I say it's a weakness, because at times, and I do have moments of confliction of that. And that's the thing, out of that love or whatever, it's a confliction of, do I still be patient right here? Or do I go? And that's
Okay.
that's one of the that's why I say like it's a strength and a weakness is patience for me.
I know for a fact my weakness is tone. Right. It goes with my delivery as well as it predominantly my delivery. And then I also think I have a struggle with the spacing that I believe I should have, or the cachet I believe I built with somebody whenever I'm saying something. Right. And part of it, my mind really struggles to understand is I do take pride in listening. Right. I do take a lot of mental notes. And I also take pride in really by the time that I approach you, I do believe that I've tried my best to try to line up how I think you may go about it. This other struggle that I have is with the tone, and when it comes to my delivery is like, in my mind, if we kicking it, I'm still paying attention to you. And I would hope if you were around me, you doing the same. I don't necessarily believe I should have to grab you and be like, hey, I'm about to say something serious, so I need you to pay attention.
Yeah.
If we joking, you, as far as I'm concerned, if we kicking it, you telling me about who you are, even while we joking, even while we sitting there. So if I told you a story just because I didn't say, man, hey, this story really hurt my feelings, and then this right here means a lot to me, actually, like, and I can specify that sometimes, but if I'm telling you something about me, and even if the way that I delivered it was the way that I delivered it, I might have told you something that was serious, but I told it in a joking manner. I told you something that was serious, and I might have been able to heal from it, and whatever the case may be. In my head, once I let it be known, and I'm thinking it's in the space, especially since I was listening to you, if something more serious comes up, and you forget that, so you approach me a particular way, or you handle it in a way that's like, oh, I didn't think it really meant that much. In my head, I struggle with that because I listened to everything you said, good and bad. It's like in my mind when it comes to that tone. So when I'm responding to you as well, I'm usually leaning more towards I have to now double down or kind of like drive home the point, because I know I said this. In my mind, most of this situation is probably based off of something that I know I said and it was missed. So if you missed it, then now that I'm saying it and I'm exposing the full thing of what it actually meant to me, I'm kind of bombing down, and I got to work on that, right?
Hold on, Ray, because I actually I relate to that a lot, because for me, I think you'll agree with this. You have a high capability to remember a lot of things that people tell you, and just things you can recall back. You can call back a lot of things. Okay.
Yeah. Shout out to the belt for Pops.
Me too. and let me. I bet you this is the thing right here. You get irritated when you talk about something and somebody don't remember. They forgot. They remember. They have forgotten.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the point where it happens a lot. Because it's just minor things, not even major things. It's the minor things that build up too. It's just, we talked about you telling me your favorite color was green 2 days ago, and now you telling me again. And it's like, hey, we just talked about this, but you don't remember that we just talked about this. Things like that irritate you.
Yeah.
Can I say that last part again? Because
like for example, like again, when I say where it's like people don't remember, like you can call back, hey. Like somebody told you their favorite color was green 2 days ago. They just literally told you the exact same story again 2 days later to tell you their favorite color is green.
Oh no.
And then they tell you 2 more days.
My girl hates.
Then they tell you again 3 more days later.
Nah, see that
then they
doesn't
tell
bother
you
me.
a week later.
That genuinely doesn't bother me. You know why? Because you just talking. That's your oxygen. It's different if you keep asking me the same question and I know.
No. I'm saying that's the second. That's the next.
Oh, I thought you saying they're saying it to me.
No, that's where I was leading to, because that's what I'm saying. That's the small infraction of it. First is when you don't even remember what you're telling me. Then the next step is you're not even remembering what I. That's what I'm saying. That's because that's the small lead up that you realize.
Yes, and you know what? Because
there you go.
To that point, like where it usually gets me is, remember I said this when we were talking on the men suffering in silence piece, and I was like, if we don't practice saying the things that make us happy, how are we prepared for whenever we're bothered as men, just speaking to it? So like the tone will never be appropriate because we're not used to that. So in my mind, once it got serious, where my frustration usually comes is like, I gave you the tools to help me handle this conversation appropriately. So if we're showing up to the work site and you telling me you forgot the whole utility belt, I feel a way. You know what I'm saying? Like genuinely, I do feel a way. It's like, bro, it's like so if we have a screw, you forgot your hammer. Or I'm sorry, you forgot your screwdriver, but you telling me now you don't know how a hammer works. Just like we can makeshift something, because for the tone piece to me, and this is just kind of broadening back because all three of y'all said something where I think, especially as men, the tone means something. My thought usually goes to, if we don't tell the full truth, then a lot of the ways that we're approaching these conversations is starting off on something fraudulent to begin with. And it's hard to correct a lie in real time. Not that you intentionally lied, but we weren't able to sit at the table and really like break something down. And that's the place that we are all trying to strive to get to with our partners. But if there was some coddling, to Bodega's point, if there was some changes in pace, or there was a little bit of a, yeah, I'm gonna let you go with that here and there. And it's not that you have to check everything. It's just there's certain things that you don't realize after it happened the second or third time. Like, why does that keep getting to me? To the way that you just broke it down, Evan, is like that, because my tone might just be a reaction. Sometimes our tone is matching energy, and sometimes it's not where you need it to be because you're more focused on taking care of the other person and whatnot. And I think of what my uncle said, and this is also where part of my problem exists, and where in order for me to work on that weakness, I've been trying to say a lot more than I usually do well in advance. I'm almost like stat padding, flooding you with stuff that I usually don't do, especially growing up the way that I grew up, us being Black in the first place. Like, we know words were very selective in the way that they could be used, especially to your parents, to your elders. Words were selective in what you were able to share with your homies, because if you show too much emotion or whatever, you know what that stigma is as men, especially Black men. And then if you were involved in whatever, you can't say nothing because is that snitching? Are you snitching on yourself? What's the word? Like, you supposed to keep this, you supposed to handle it. All these variables that play in. And now it's like, I would like for us to change the narrative, because shout out to my uncle, the uncle I'm named after. He said something to me, and when he said that, I remember that sparking a change in me. He's like, when he talks about his kids, and he said, sometimes I let my boys cuss, right? If this is what you need to get it off your chest, if this is what you need to like really let me know this is how you feel, say that. Because I'd rather you say it than you trying to figure out the best way to approach it, because you might lose yourself somewhere in that perfect approach. And do I think all of us are ready for that necessarily? No, because you got a lot of people that run with that narrative. Oh, I just tell the truth. I tell it like it is. Nah, you still a dick. Like, quite as you still being a dick about it. You really could edit that. You could still tell the truth, but at the same time, I don't want us to water down ourselves either. And I know that's something I go back and forth with my lady, and that's when I knew I was a problem, because it's like, if this is feedback that I've gotten in majority of my relationships, it's me. I could have been right in certain scenarios, and I know me, I'm gonna go down the rabbit hole of all the times that I was right, and then try to build a whole case off of that. It's like, but now let me pause a little bit. I may not get this direct answer from her or whoever that was. It's like, but let me think of these situations. I go back and it's like, what did that argument look like? I'm trying to run the game film where I don't invest too much into me and really try to isolate. Now that I think about it, I could see why she received it that way. I still am in that space of like, there's certain pieces I genuinely feel like I was right when I said that. I not only do I feel like I was right, I was factually proven to be right. Could I have adjusted the tone? Maybe, but because I was right, and especially for me, 9 times out of 10, you approach me with something, because that is a thing with me. If you got a written game plan already, and you've been sitting on this for the last 2 or 3 days and whatnot, and you've executed plan A, B, C, you went through all the multiverses, and you just pop in on me, sometimes my reaction to all this planning may not go your way. Right, especially when you caught off guard and you feel like you being attacked. But I do think that's something that we could work on. But just as the men on it, I know how much tone means to us, because we also know if somebody says something in a particular way, especially if that's our biggest thing. It's hard for us to listen to a woman saying something with a particular tone, because I don't let no other man talk to me like this. We could talk about it, or we could go outside and talk about it. And I can't do that with you. So now I really feel lost, because
nor do I want to. Nor, you know what I'm saying? Like
that too.
Nor do I want to. Like, I'm not,
it's like, because it's like, and just keeping it in general, because we know some people, there's not outliers. There's smaller percentages of ways that things are handled. I'm more so speaking to the general term. Is, I mean, we not only do we not want to be there, we're also very inexperienced with being limited to expressing or receiving expression without adding physicality. And that's not necessarily putting hands on someone. I'm talking about y'all go hook up, y'all have the makeup sex, or I'm talking about like you just some form of physicality, because that's what we know.
I'll
Trying to
tell you, like,
express that is different.
I'll tell you like this, like when I'm in those scenarios with like with people of the opposite gender, or even like even with me, because I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight niggas either. Like I don't want to, like, violence is not like, I will do everything within my possession to not be angry. I just will not allow myself to get angry. I'd rather walk away from a conversation or anything along those lines or anything like that before I actually feel anger. But like, I'm running a million calculations in my head. Why you talking to me? You using the tone that you using and all of this other kind of shit. Like, I'm in the back of my head running calculations of like, I'm somewhere stuck between, okay, who the fuck are you talking to? And why do you feel why you feel this way? Like, again, to Ev's point, it's like, all right, somewhere there's respect has like decreased. And I don't want to match that energy with you, because I don't feel that way. Even though you talking to me crazy right now, I don't feel that way towards you. So like, I'm not going to engage that way. At the same time, if you want to have this conversation, I'm gonna need you to adjust. And it's the only time in those moments where there may be more bass in my voice and I am conveying something in a very serious manner. Hey, listen, shorty, I hear exactly what you're saying to me. You want to talk to me? You want to like calm all the other shit down. The petty shit, the snap, like you gonna have to calm that down.
Yeah.
Or else I'm gonna leave. We just not gonna talk. We can retry this conversation again when you feel better, anything like that. But like the open tonality of like, I'm just gonna get this disrespect off because I feel this way in this moment. Nah. I can't actually handle that. I will just disengage and leave.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'll add this, but this is a topic that I would love for us to come back to, because I think a lot of what we're saying, again, I'm pushing for telling the truth as close as we could get, right? I don't want to get nobody in trouble, but it's like part of it, or not part of it, a decent amount of this when we're talking about tone. I think we took the scenic route of saying, I deal with a lot of risk assessment as my day and day goes in as a man. And then when I take you in as my partner, as my lady, whenever we get in a relationship, I have to add you to this risk assessment. And where's the struggle in that is, like I said, I gave you a bunch of tools, so I'm trying to prep you, and then I show you how to do the work. And then when we get there, especially the further we go along, as a risk assessor, the more that she likes you, the more childish she acts. And we don't know how to do this when you keep expecting me to be an adult, but you love me so much, you've kind of regressed into this comfort childish, space. And boy, we're gonna come back. We're gonna come back to that.
Yeah, there's also a ton of nuance there, bro.
Yeah,
like, there's a ton of nuance in, like, because again, as I think some part of it, like in manhood, is like, all right, you should be able to take this level of like voice, or saying disrespect, anything like that, or whatever the case, right? And like I feel that way in my heart. At the same time, like, if I respond to you the way that you respond to me, or if I start pointing at the things that like you do, or that I may feel a way about that I haven't spoken, or anything along those lines, and like the things that you've told me in confidence, if I start bringing those things up me and like, oh, well, you acting like such and such, it changes the dynamic of the conversation completely, and now you in a death spiral, like, and it's just like.
And I do want to add, it's like when I say childish too, it's like this is just across the board. It's not even just negative. Certain times it's like, man, They get the skipping around you. You just trying to walk, secure the area. She just be jawing. I don't know if y'all had this. I have a lady that she can't talk and walk at the same time, and somehow you always stop in a position of being in the way of everybody else. Bro, like, bro, I don't know how you do this. You just somehow just stop in the way. Like this, and it's the overall childishness, and that's where in my head is like, I'm trying to prep for this. So part of it is me not being open to being more childish because we weren't trained to be childish as men. We were trained to be adults from jump. So it's like just relaxing and whatnot doesn't phase in my mind appropriately. And then at the same time, it's like if I can't be relaxed there, then I completely understand how I come across when we're in serious conversations. Because I'm still on go, and now it's on go plus more. You feel what I'm saying? But as we go there, we're gonna come back. We're gonna come back specifically to that. Smith, what's worse?
Oh shit.
You receive a text message, hey, we need to talk tonight, or the Celtics being down 20 right now, because I see the pain in your face.
We need to talk
Them
tonight.
niggas getting packed out, man. As a
We need to
Celtics
talk
fan,
tonight. You
I
see
hope
me.
the
You
Celtics
see me
lose.
dipping my head to the. I got
Yeah,
this on the big screen. This shit nasty work right now. Nasty work. They talking about
Why do
Tatum
y'all
under
look like
cap,
Atlanta?
tightening up. Bro, I'm gonna be honest. This series is this. I'm gonna be honest, bro. Like I had hope for this season. Fuck this season. Derek White should have been traded at the deadline. Anthony Simmons never should have got traded. Vucevic never should have got traded for. And bro, you want to talk about MVP, right? This is what Jaylen Brown just drugged to 56 wins.
That's a fact.
Derek White, Peyton Pritchard, and whatever else they got going on. And it's crazy. All they had to do was 2 adjustments. Play Hugo, play Baylor Sharman. You wouldn't be in this mess. But
yeah,
Joe Mazzulla got it, bro. He got it, bro. He got it. That's
we
why
don't
he's the
have to
coach.
linger here. We don't have to linger here too long, man, because I think by the time we come back, we should be able to really wrap up the first round. The first round has been crazy. So here's what you missed, Smith. I called this out, all of us, as one of my bozos of the week, because boy was we wrong about that Detroit series. Every single one of us we was wrong about that.
Yo, Paolo different. He different.
I'm not gonna sit here and give a Duke player credit until they win a championship without.
He needed to do this. He had some real question marks. He needed to do what he's doing right now.
The only 2 Duke players that won a championship had heavy assistants. Jason Tatum had Jaylen Brown, who was clearly the Finals MVP. Kyrie had LeBron James, who was also the Finals MVP. So when you show me a Duke player, you feel me?
That's a crazy perspective, bro. On that, that's a crazy perspective. Bro.
Duke, because look at all the other ones. Zion, Barrett, right? We could go down the list of
that's facts. That's facts.
Brandon Ingram. Like we could just go down the list of Duke players that
that's
really.
That's facts.
Okay. That's all I'm saying. I also just want to take this moment. I know Bodega said he has something to say about the NBA playoffs, but I'm going to take this moment to kind of relish in the fact that out of our team here, out of the kick team, I'm the only one that could say their team already won. Some of y'all's team didn't even make the playoffs, and I hate that for you, Ev.
Warriors did the play in. That was cool. That was they did. Look, Steph Curry gave you a play in special. That's all you needed. Yeah, that's all you needed.
Jamel's team didn't even make it to the play in scenario. Lakers are about to watch somebody come back from 3-0, so Abe will have to figure that out. And then the Celtics. You know, I'd say something about Bodega and Rose, but they already got their pain off. And again, Atlanta losing by 50. Rose won't answer his phone for the next 2 days.
That shit is nasty.
In Atlanta, they lost by 50 in Atlanta. They're at home,
bro. It's nasty.
But the Spurs made it. We got 6th man of the year. We got defensive player of the year.
Keldon Johnson. We gotta see in a couple weeks because it's gonna be y'all versus who? Y'all versus Denver. We gotta see in a couple weeks what that's about.
I would prefer to see Minnesota, but only because they look like the weaker option. The Hooper in me, I want to see Denver. I want to see Denver, but and at the same time, I think Minnesota is a little bit more scary because if you underestimate them with Anthony Edwards being out, they still got some dogs on that team, and I'm not sure in the Spurs experience enough to carry them through that series, because Drew Holiday was giving them problems by himself.
Yeah.
You're
not lying.
You know, so I don't know if we had
Smith,
too much
you
more.
sound defeated, man.
That shit.
He sounds
I
hurt.
got this shit. I got this shit on the big screen, bro. These boys, they be playing with my top, bro. Oh my god, bro. This shit crazy as, bro. I can't. I can't.
See, okay, I got one more question.
Oh wait, Bodega, what you need to get off about the playoffs?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Adam Silver, you are not. What's the NFL commissioner's name?
Roger Goodell.
You are not Roger Goodell. Hang that shit up, bro. All these teams at 3-2, you trying to push everybody to 7. You're not gonna top the NFL playoffs from last year, nigga. Let's just go. You're not gonna top it. I don't know. You know, I know you seen the playbook and was like, you're not gonna top that. That was an anomaly. You know what I'm saying? NFL playoffs was crazy. All right, we didn't know who was gonna win. We didn't know nothing. Sam Darnold winning the Super Bowl. Who predicted that at the top of the year? Nobody at all. You're not gonna get that moment, brother. You're not gonna get that moment.
Hey man, I'm still on that Jordan Ivey or Jaden Ivey, man. You could have got all that Christianity off if you played football. you could have let everything you said.
He would have been the illest safety in the league.
Yeah, bro. You might have got an additional endorsement if you said that wearing some cleats. But you know, you got to deal with. Hey, and speaking of that, Adam Silver. Hey man, this is just here at the Keep It Clean team, and I know all y'all see this. Your homie over there in Portland that used to be a soldier for a different country. He showed a lot of things that people are speaking out about during that series. He played a particular way that those soldiers get trained. I just want, there was a lot of cap in his play, and it wasn't appreciated. Victor, the Frenchman that he is, that went to the monk school, wasn't feeling that piece of the. He was, he was trying to keep it copacetic, man. He's like, I'm just saying, I just want to point that out because Roger would have never let that happen. Roger would have never let that happen, man. But next week we coming back. We do have MVP. That's going to be announced, I believe, next week. We already got that going on. So I want to end here with a question for y'all.
All right. I
thought about this. Mm-hmm. What were things that y'all saw as kids in like white sitcoms? I'm gonna lean more white sitcoms because we know the black sitcoms. So the major white sitcoms that you thought was normal in family life, and then you grew up and realized it really was just white people households. Like you thought your folks was crazy, and just because you see this every day. Saved by the Bell, Even Stevens, Boy Meets World, Seinfeld, all of them. I'm trying to think of the 2001 Hannah Montana. If y'all watch that, any of the Disney Channel shows, all that. Like, what was something that y'all thought was normal? You had some realization.
I'm gonna start out the gate being from a Caribbean household. I never got the opportunity to have TV shows dictate my reality. So, so like that was never like that was not happening. Whatever that was, it went past me very quick.
So you didn't believe in nothing. Like you saw them doing. They used to get hugs, and you looked up and was like, "Yo," like mom.
Think about it.
She gave hugs. I ain't gonna be like that. She gave hugs. She gave hugs. I'm just talking about that Johnny. Watch your tone when I'm in your room. I've never been through that. I never.
Yeah. Like when I was growing up.
Hold on. Having your own room, like let's.
Hey,
white sitcom kids was growing up with their own. It's 4 kids in the house. They each got their own room. The fuck that,
bro? The white kids, they grew up with privacy. They closed.
Slamming doors.
They were
doors closed.
They in the house doing conflict resolution with hugs and shit at the end. Like,
hold on. First off, what I knew was crazy. these kids grew up with dorm room size rooms as kids.
That was
Nigga,
something too.
I lived in a New York apartment for a room. Okay, my shit was the size of a bathroom, and you telling
Yeah.
me I had to watch TV? They could fit a queen size bed, a computer desk,
Yeah.
a nice mounted TV,
Hell
and
no.
have a
Niggas
closet.
had
Hell
niggas had bookcases in their room. Bookcase.
What?
Hell no.
Man, that was the
Upstairs,
first time.
downstairs, 2,500
you
square feet. What?
Not only did you
Square
have a
feet?
bookcase with a privacy room, some people had secret rooms behind the. You know what I'm saying? Like, you, where's the space? Where did y'all get this type of space, man? Nah.
No. Tree houses.
Oh, tree houses.
Ah, yeah.
No,
Yeah,
bro.
I did. Yeah, I did want a tree house as
I
a
wanted
kid.
a
Y'all don't know
treehouse
about this
so
up east,
bad,
man.
bro.
Y'all live in apartments. Y'all don't know about that. See, they have these things called trees that are outside bodega, right? They grow. They look like
Nigga,
they
it's
look like
trees
tall
in Brooklyn, nigga. It's trees in Brooklyn. It's trees in Brooklyn, nigga. It's trees in Brooklyn, nigga.
You know, they look like bushes, but they taller. Like they 20
Yeah.
feet.
Shrubs.
You know
What they call those? What they call those? Shrubs.
Shrub. Yeah.
Something like
They
that.
overgrown shrubs, and people would climb up there, and then they would build a platform. Yeah, bro. Tree houses. I really did. I think I did try to ask Pops one day, and then I thought about it, and I was like, nah, because he never cut his switches. He wouldn't do that. I'm not about to put this man in a tree, and then nah, bro.
Oh,
Yeah, man,
oh shit! Walking around your neighborhood safely.
I did do that. Okay.
Safely.
Okay.
Being able to just go and I want to go down the street, or like being able to go like 6 blocks away from the crib safely.
That's
walking.
something. That's a fact.
That's what I mean. Like roaming,
and then
roaming
the
with
parents
your
not know where
crew.
you at. Yeah, like you just got to go on adventures, bro. Man, man, there's a cartoon I watch with the kids right now. It's called Craig of the Creek, which, by the way, super fire show. This for all y'all. It's one of them. It's a black main character. You could tell he has a whole black family and everything. They're somewhere in New Jersey, but I believe it's South Jersey. And they do teach mad lessons. They even make cameos and do old school. Like they did the cartoon version of the song Candy. Fire. They killed it. But they made it, whatever. And they is again called Craig of the Creek. Every day they go out to this creek that's like behind the neighborhood, and all these kids just playing. It's like that would never happen. There's no way Pops was just letting me go to the creek with all these other kids that he don't know. They ain't never gonna fly, man. Never gonna fly.
Spending the night at your friend's house. Sleepovers. Yeah, that wasn't real.
I was about to say, because like my mom's was definitely just let me roam like however. You know what I'm saying? Hey, nigga, you need to be in the house by X amount. Listen, man, my mom's worked a lot. You know what I'm saying? She worked a lot.
Yeah.
So she needed a nigga out the house. But like, you know what I'm saying? But like,
nah. There's a difference. You said let. That's not letting. You was gonna do that regardless. Don't put that on your mom. You was gonna like regardless. Bro.
Listen, but can I spend the night at Jesus' house? Hell no. Who the fuck is Jesus?
You know that witness. You know that witness. You know what inspired this question? So this past weekend, I'm down at my brother's. They doing a birthday party for my nephews. Right, their birthdays are within range, and there was 2 things that happened. Party was supposed to start at 3. 2:25 doorbell rings. Right, we ain't used to nobody being on time, let alone early. So 2:25 doorbell rings. I'm thinking it's my parents because they were in the area. So I was like, okay. I get to the door, I look outside, I see a dad with a kid. It's a white dad with a white kid, and I was like, nah. So I go back over. I was like, hey, bro, I think somebody here for the party. He said at 2:25. I said, yeah, bro. I said, yeah. And he goes to the door, and I kid you not, kid's dad at the door talking about, yeah, so we was just in the area, and I figured it was too far to go back home and bring them back.
We was just what time? Is crazy.
What time y'all need him to be picked up? And you hear my brother go, hey, he said, I'm Corey. Who are you? Right? And the dad goes, oh yeah, I'm so and so. This is my son. He's like, yeah, well, obviously that's your son, because right. But who are you? And he's like, yeah, you know. But if you have any problems, his mom's house is a street and a half over. If not, I think my wife and we're gonna do dinner around 6 or so. So that's a good time to pick him up, right? And then just leaves his son, just left him. Dad didn't even know the folks. I couldn't imagine going over to another parent's house or another kid's house and my parents just leave me and they don't already have a whole background on whoever this kid is. This happened 4 separate times. And of course, none of them looked like us. Not a single one of them kids looked like us, but parents just dropping them off and going on about their business. I was like, what is this?
Bro said, oh, you a parent, I'm a parent. All right, my nigga. Hey, you good.
I can give you the power.
I'll be back at 7.
So tell me why later on in the party, I'm getting ready to hit the road, right? I'm heading back because we was out in Houston. And so I'm packing a car. And on the driveway, on my brother's driveway, it's just this random white kid. You know, when they have that random white kid sad look, he's sitting on the edge of the driveway. And if you don't know, down in Houston, they don't really have sidewalks in most of the neighborhoods. They have these divots, right? Because they flood a lot. And there's no sidewalks in Houston. If you whenever you go for a run or ride a bike, is you in the cars. you better survive, right? Right. So he's sitting on the driveway and he has that face like this and he's swinging his feet. And I'm looking around, it's like, I don't see nobody there because they got a gate that goes across the driveway. So you either everybody else inside the gate, he's sitting outside. And all I kept thinking, I was like, nah, man, this is how lawsuits get filed. I said, sis, hey, just a heads up. You got a white kid in like driveway. I don't know what's going on with him. I just don't think he should be out there by himself. You know what I'm saying? Do he got somebody else in the party? Is he waiting for someone? She said, where? You should have seen the panic. She told my brother, all 3 of us went outside. Hey, you okay? It's like, you good?
What's up?
You know, like,
what's going on?
Is your mom here? Like, are you happy?
Is your mom here? Are you happy? Is crazy.
Bro, didn't want no smoke, you feel me? Didn't want no smoke, man. So yeah, man, that's what inspired that question, bro, man. But I think we had a good episode, bro. This was a good episode, man. Now I'll ask you, I don't know if y'all want to end on this. Do we care at all? Or sorry, that's not what I meant to say. We do care. Did y'all want to touch on the voters' right that, or can we come back to that and really like do the science behind it?
It needs a proper discussion. It definitely needs a proper discussion. But just for a quick summary, the U.S. Supreme Court voted against the really the Article 2 of the Supreme Court Supreme Court decision in 1965, the Voter Rights Act. It primarily protects against racial prejudice against a specific group of people, i.e. us, having fair and accurate representation while voting, which primarily deals with voting districting. So goes back to that gerrymandering conversation we had 10, 20 episodes ago. With that removed, niggas can get off whatever they want to get off.
Yep. Essentially what happened, Louisiana figured out a way to redistrict appropriately for black people, and the Supreme Court said nah. So we'll come back to that, man. Other than that, fellas, we did all right today. Listeners, cleaners, you know where to follow us. YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, at Keep It Clean Show, Instagram, at The Keep It Clean Show. We appreciate everything that y'all been providing for us, man. I see y'all's feedback. We love y'all just as much as y'all been showing love to us, and we want to continue this. And for conversations like we having today, man, keep sending it to us. The talks is coming, man. Bodega had something he wants to get off his heart. You're gonna get that soon too. You see us touching on everything that's been going on. Men, please do better. Other men, if you see someone that's not up to standard, man, try to get him there. You know, touch bases with people, bro. People are spazzing out. It's tough outside. And I'm gonna ask y'all, man, what's y'all's joy? This isn't to y'all right now. I'm for those that are listening. What's y'all's joy? If you don't know, take about 30 minutes and then just find out something that makes you joyous. And then when you find what that is, call somebody and tell them. We gonna work on saying things that make us happy to other fellas, and then getting in that practice of actually speaking your piece. Are you living in your truth? That we almost a year to that conversation that Bodega asked us, and your truth does come with happiness. And if it doesn't, let's figure out how we get you to some sort of happiness. That's from Ray and the clean team to you, right? But we love y'all. We're out of here.
Keep it clean.
Every time you see me, I keep it clean like a coaster.